But let me jump into session 1 directly. I really offer you what really are we try to address here, right? If you look at this, there's a major technology progress that we see today, represented by AI, robotics, AR, VR, that really change the way or what belief can be done, what's possible here in terms of the sensing capability, reasoning capability, and executing capability. But at the same time, this type of technology really triggered a lot of social concerns. They're changing the job availability, composition, and distribution. Right? Let me name 3 of them. The first one, of course, is the displacement of human job, and related to that, the exacerbating the social equality. This is interesting in Singapore because from one side we're worried about job being taken. At the same time, we have a lot of labor shortages. Right? One example, we're working with Changi Airport, which building the Terminal 5, scheduled to open in 2035, which effectively doubled the capacity of the Changi Airport. But we were told that in Singapore, we just do not have the labor force to double the labor force in the same time. So therefore, this technology requirement is essential. So from one side, we have the worry of displacement of jobs. On the other side, we do have a lot of a shortage issue at the same time. The second one is the disconnection between technology development and its adoption. Give you an example. Despite that, in the United States, we have the best robotics, we have the best optimization researchers, but our ports, the 2 biggest ports, Long Beach and Los Angeles, ranked in the literal bottom of the port efficiency in the global ranking there. So the technology development clearly not being translated into the industry application. The last one is really from the layperson point of view. If you talk to someone on the streets without a very high education, when they hear the term, like MIT, you guys are working on quantum computing, genetic editing, artificial intelligence, they don't feel they don't like it. They feel an entire indifference of it. Feel like I have nothing to do with it. This whole notion of disengagement is really, really alarming, actually. Yeah, that's where we really want to help to both progress the research, but also provide the role of informing the public as well. Right. So this is general. We intentionally put the 2 together. Right. The program was designed at the very beginning to recognize both the technology progress as well as the social concern. Right. So in terms of the AI's potential, there are a lot of things about progress on science, health, productivity, education. In fact, Professor Chuo Chuan, the Permanent Secretary of Research, National Research and Development, will come here, give a talk about the initiative on AI for science here. Right. Along with that, the GDP growth, high quality of life, and also the betterment of the civilization. That's the promise. But at the same time, we have a lot of concerns. That is, what's the impact on jobs, on intellectual property, the threat of the democracy, and even the kind of existential threat to human species. Right. So these are really 2 very contrasting views on what AI is about. So here, the first question I really want to ask the whole audience here is, what is success? While developing this AI technology to describe all this program, do we define success in the kind of a narrow technical sense? We made this robotic work, or define the success in the societal sense? Yes, right. For that, let me trigger this thought. There's really important distinction between the achievement and fulfillment. Our suspicion is the following. AI may very well contribute a lot to the science of achievement, but may not be the one who really achieve the art of fulfillment. Right? We really want to bring the both combination in this discussion here. All right. So given that, we want to make sure the broader social impact is defined as the human welfare as the primary objective, and translate into saying consider the human need while solving complex problem, and here for the machine and AI to really enhance rather than displace human jobs. In computer science, we call this alignment problem. In terms of the capacity, we're making a lot of progress on the AI, but are we making the proportional, as powerful or developed progress in the alignment? I think that's the challenge we want to raise here. Right? That's question number 1. Question number 2, why are we special? Right? So if you look at the whole biological development over the billion years, we exist only in a short time. And in fact, in many aspects, we are not the most powerful species. But why we are dominating here? One short answer is because we can collaborate at scale. We are the only species can collaborate between 20 people, 200 people, and 2 million people. Yeah, today's economy is a global connection. Everybody's part of the single system almost. Right? And to do so, we develop a whole set of languages, tools, norms, and institutions to facilitate such collaboration. For example, if you talk about market, talk about religion, talk about states, they're all different organizations that help us to collaborate. But so far, when we talk about collaboration, we mean collaboration between humans. But just recently, we had to ask a separate question. How about the collaboration between humans and machines? This question never be relevant. Only these days, in the recent years, it become a very relevant problem. In order for us to really achieve the meaningful collaboration between humans and machines, we need to develop a new set of languages, tools, norms, and institutions. Therefore, when we talk about the return on investment in AI, the biggest return actually comes from the last bit. That's where you trigger the organizational change because of AI, rather than just solving a specific, narrow, defined question there. And that's why also we titled our program as MENS, Manus, and Machina. MENS and Manus is the MIT's model, hands and mind together, right? But here we're adding machine to the discussion to mean that humans and machine had to work in a collaborative way to really contribute to the society here. All right. Question number 3. With all this context, what's the vision of this program more specifically? Here is the first attempt. This is the overarching structure for that, right? We'll be looking at the interface between humans and machines, both the physical interface as well as the digital interface, right? From one side, we want to look at how do we enhance the human welfare here, right? For example, actually 2 days ago, we're having a conversation with several local partners on SETS, engineering company, and Changi Airport Group. After the discussion, many of them come us to say, oh, beyond doing research, can you help train our labor force? Right? So the key question to recognize, given the new technology, humans need to be enhanced in this to really be comfortable to work with deep neural network, work with robotics, etc. On the other side, in order for machine to be meaningfully working with us, they need to improve the capacity to understand human intention. So that's the second part we try to address here. And beyond all of this, we want to develop the institution that's necessary to support such interaction there. Right? That's the kind of overarching picture of the entire program. And we translate that into 2 research questions. The first one is how to design technology and train humans. And second one is how to adapt our social institutions there. All right, so that's the highest level summary. We're translating that into 3 themes across 7 projects. We'll talk about them in the following sessions. Many of the sessions designed today very much correspond to these 3 themes here, right? But for now, let me offer a summary of all the different themes and projects. I put them as 3 keywords: teams, embodiment, and decomposition, right? What do I mean? Teams, I just mentioned about it. That's what makes us powerful, how to design the team. But embodiment, let me offer 2 different interpretations. The first one is, for a while, artificial intelligence and robotics were developed as, I would say, loosely coupled disciplines. This has its own tradition, its own methodology, etc. But these days, we are seeing the important couplement between the 2, right? Really connect or embody the AI in the physical world. That's one set of embodiment. The second one, I take a more broader notion, is to embody this research program in the Singapore context. That's why this team design have about half from MIT, half from the Singapore collaborator and Singapore researchers. And the third one, decomposition. What do I mean by that? Later you'll see across all the 7 projects, there's some consistent thread here. The first one is, at the high level, you have, say, human command or human desire or objective, right? Then layer 2, as an agent, you need to interpret this command in the specific setting, and then decompose this command into sub-level tasks. And then the next level, you actually execute the task, right? So that's one way to decompose this human command. And you can take this in a general way. You can look at it in the mechanical sense, a robotic, doing things, decompose, etc. You can also look at it as an organization. When the CEO, the president have an agenda, you have to translate down into different departments, different teams, and then execute at the lower level, right? Hopefully, in this way, you can bring the multiple team together in this type of structure there, right? So that's kind of the three keywords I'd like you to remember throughout the session today. All right, so these are three questions. What is success? What makes Homo sapiens special? And what is the M3S vision? Hopefully, throughout the day, you can see some of the answer to that, but also invite all of you to contribute this thinking on the three. Right? Okay, welcome to the session today, and hopefully you enjoy the conversation here. All right, so let's move on to the, let me actually give a structure of today's symposium before I invite Edmund Lin to open the first session. We designed the following sessions. The first one is the vision I just did. And then we have one on the national AI policy and strategy. Second, on the physical and digital interface and AI foundation. And the fourth one on AI for human capital development and economic development. Right? At noontime, as I mentioned, Professor Tan Chou Tran will give a talk on AI for science. And in the afternoon, we have two more sessions, one on the human AI teams and dynamic resource allocation, the other one on the AI and entrepreneurship. Right. So let's get into the session one on AI, national AI policy and strategy. Let me invite Edmund Lin to the stage to open that. Right. Yes.